3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Hopefully everything's working now. As it's not me being on any stream ever unless there's some sort of technical difficulty. But to kick us off again, I'm the voice. I play horror games primarily, so you may not see me from time to time. But we're very, very good at this game. Dead by Daylight. More specifically, The Lich. I play this. I've played a lot of this particular character. I've maxed them out. I love this character a lot. We're going to be doing lots of killer games today, so make sure you keep an eye on that. Make sure you check out the donation incentives that we have. Several that are set up. From changing my build to running literally nothing. Some of them I have to do particularly in the game, which is checking out the basement, wasting spell slots, all that kind of fun stuff. I will, to kind of keep with the theme of it, I'm not going to be doing anything gory with this, so there's not going to be any death sequences or anything like that. Just going to be closing out the games. So right now we're just in a queue. Gonna be lots of little bit of waiting time. I hope, hopefully not too long. So you have questions on this game, feel free to ask. I know a plethora of knowledge regarding this particular game, for good or for bad. The main builds we're going to be running today are going to be my anti-healing build and my ICU build. Margaret, thank you very much for the $10 donation to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Every little bit does matter, so if anyone is able to help in any way, please do. Right as well. Donation link is pinned at the top of the chat. Also, just so it is, yes, 20 with a match. Thank you for that reminder, even though we just talked about it. There is a donation match right now active. I believe up to $150 from what I was just talking with Jyggy about. So if you donate $10, it turns into 20. If you donate $50, it turns into 100 for at least the next $150. All right, so to go into what my particular builds are today, unless you all give me a build, we have my anti-healing build, which consists of Vorpal Sword and Dragontooth Dagger. Good, we're getting into a game. The whole point of this build is to make sure that they don't heal, but we're going to actually do my ICU build, which consists of me being able to see them at almost all times. So if they go near a chest to get some loot, whether it is an in-game chest or one of my chests that belong to the Lich, I will know for at least a couple seconds. Big point of that is to capitalize on, well, seeing them. Knowledge is everything. And with Vecna, especially Vecna, the Undying King of Dungeons and Dragons, there's definitely it's a wizard thing. You have to know all this stuff. It's all about knowledge. He is, in my opinion, big knowledge in this case. In my opinion, the most difficult killer to play in this game. There is a lot you have to know with him. All right, we're at Mount Ormond Resort. Let's get into it. So one of the incentives, you can actually see them right there immediately. One of the incentives is I have to waste a spell. I have 4 spells available to me. I will, when I see that donation pop up, I am going to burn a spell immediately. He has my eye. And we close out that chase. Oh, they found one of my mimics. Alright, we're gonna throw that out. Get an aura read around. Doesn't look like anyone is near one of my chests, one of the treasure chests. But we do have someone right here. They're gonna go up there. If they're gonna try and cover around, we're actually gonna be able to do this. And we have a little bit of an angle advantage on them. It's a good thing he didn't stay in that one spot. He's going to throw this. That's fine. We're going to break these pallets. The pallets will not come back. Ah, you know, that was actually a fairly smart play. All right, he's got boil over, which means I am going to have problems seeing hooks that are nearby. Where are you? Oh, there you are. We're going to stop this heal. Okay, I was expecting him to use a certain ability, which would give him effectively a fake health state and would allow him to run off. We did not see that, luckily. He's going back to the basement. As we're moving along, every donation really does help, as the majority of the funding that goes... the majority of funding for St. Jude does come from donations, and it helps. Research found from St. Jude does share with everyone. They do not hoard it. Moving around. There you are. You're not saving the Dwight that's in the basement. So what I'm going to do, we're going to... Yep, there they are. I don't want them, I want Mr. Donut. I don't like using this ability for this. I like using this ability more for closing out vault spots. Vault spots being pallets that have been thrown on the ground or windows. Okay, we got one person over there. We got Red Panda right here. We have not captured Red Panda yet. All right, so what happened there was what I call layering. One of the abilities that I'm able to use is based on what level you're on. So right now, if I were to use my Skelly Boys, as I call them, while he was at the level above me, he would most likely hit and put an injured state on them. Get off of that generator. I don't think he meant to do that. So one of my abilities is Mage Hand. It's what allowed me to pick up that pallet right there. It does one of two things in this build. It is pick up a pallet or hold a pallet in place. We're using it fairly aggressively in terms of making sure that we can keep a clear path to take them down.
Perhaps this will do.
One down. He picked up an item. He picked up an item and was confused why the Ash was running away, when in fact the Ash could hear my terror radius, but he could not.
Wonderful.
Let's check around. Accept good luck. I appreciate the $25 donation. This is greatly appreciated. I hope you all have a great day. Keep kicking some butt. All right, to provide a little bit of what's happening with this game so far, in terms of the game as in general, not this game specifically. Right now, there is a public test beta for Five Nights at Freddy's. Specifically, Five Nights at Freddy's Spring Trap. It's known as William Afton. Where did this Ash go? Is he in a locker? Nope, he's right there. Now, what this means, it's something very funny that can happen. Also due to a future skin that's coming out. So, you can be playing as Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's, and your four survivors could be Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher series, Lara Croft, Nick Cage. That's it, just Nick Cage, as well as Ash Williams, all while on the map from Stranger Things. It is, absolutely. What a universe. And I think when I actually see that happen, I'm going to be ecstatic. Because that is just so much silliness in one game. Ugh. All right, that's one victory under the belt. All right, so reason why I Jyggy named this segment Master Lich is I am the self-proclaimed best Lich player in the world. Again, self-proclaimed. I thoroughly enjoy this character. There's a lot to know about them. They have a lot of history as well, and they're just a whole lot of fun to play. A fun fact for those of you D&D nerds out there is that this Lich, this form of Vecna is voiced by Matt Mercer of Critical Role. And I think a big reason of that was due to season 1 of Critical Role, in which Vecna was the big bad evil guy. I need more coffee. All right, as stated again, and will be probably stated several more times today. Unless it's there's still the 2x donation match in place. That $25 donation we received did turn into $50. So if you're able to help in any way, right now that donation match will be doubled up to $150 total, I believe. Um, yeah, there's lots of ums here. I'm gonna ask Jiggy Chat the same question I ask my chat. It's a very, very important one for everyone involved here, except if you're allergic. What's your favorite peanut butter? Delicious. Smooth. Ooh, a classic. I am a fan of crunchy peanut butter. I like the texture in it, but I can really any kind, up to and including extreme crunchy peanut butter, which is just a jar of peanuts. You're just about to say. All right, so this next build we're going to be doing is my Anti-healing build. This is my primary build I use with this character. It does essentially it's to slow them down in terms of recovery. I want them to stay injured. That way we can close out the game. My abilities that do that are going to be this dagger. This dagger actually, as the only way they will not essentially they're going to pick up magical items because who doesn't? They're magical items. They're greedy little goblins. They want their items. They want their good stuff. So they're going to pick up magical items, and because they're holding a magical item, they're going to be essentially extra injured. The game. All right, so we're going to the game. This piece, this jigsaw piece, is going to take us to the realm of Saw, the Saw movies specifically, in which are going to be hanging around in the Gideon meat plant. Again, if you want to kind of mess up the game a little bit, there are donations. One of the donations is I have to immediately burn a spell slot, and I'm going to burn good ones. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to just use this. I'm going to make sure I use spells that I would actively use. And there's also go check the basement, and all of these have to be checked. I have to do immediately. So if I'm in the middle of the chase and you want me to go check the basement, I'm going to do that. Now, for me, in my opinion, this is a very good map for me, as there are layers, and I will always talk about layers and how much I love them, including 5-layer bean burritos. Like those have like exactly. All right, one person injured. Where are they? They're right there. So part of my build is to keep them injured, obviously, but also that's too high. But also spends a lot of points in order to do that. A spell slot, I should say. I just want to close the gap a little bit.
To unravel them. Buried beneath
She's gonna get out, unfortunately. Oh, never mind.
Join. I require a sacrifice. Impossible geometry.
Making me go making me go nonverbal here. All right, we got 3 out of 4. Not bad. And we used one of our abilities to our advantage, that being Oblivious, which means they cannot hear my terror radius. They did a very good job there. They had to push those generators hard. Sorry, my brain just completely like stopped there for a second. It flatlined for a brief moment. As we continue moving along, please do consider dropping donations where you can. It all goes to St. Jude. It really does matter, as these family, as unlike most health, at least most healthcare within America, the families aren't going to receive a bill for this, for anything from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, food. It's purely to help them focus on the recovery of their child, of their family. On over here. Okay, I see. All right, we're going to go back to the ICU build. All right, going into more detail of what I've been doing, because what these particular builds do, because I've been really been able to talk about that. So we have two add-ons here. You're only ever allowed two add-ons when you ever play games, up to two. I have the Robe of Eyes and the Bag of Holding. The Robe of Eyes, it's essentially going to reveal the aura of survivors within 6 meters of a treasure chest whenever I cast a spell. And the treasure chests, they look like treasure chests like that you see in all kinds of video games. Big and clunky. They open up, and that kind of stuff. Okay. The other ability I have is the Bag of Holding. Add-on I have is the Bag of Holding. Essentially, 2 treasure chests are guaranteed to roll a natural 1. As lots of touchbacks to Dungeons and Dragons. They're guaranteed to roll a natural 1 on dice rolls, which means they're going to find a mimic, which is going to try and eat them. And the mimics are always just a little bit hungry. Ooh, all right, Midwich. From the Silent Hill series. And they're all going to be starting together as well. And we only know that because of the one hidden offering there. And that's really the only offering that is hidden, period. This will actually work very well for us due to how tight everything is. They were going to be a flashlight gamer, but no longer are. Oh, there's one in here, actually.
Joy. Just
I love playing on this map, again, due to the layering. Someone's right over here. Oh, all right.
I wish to watch them wither.
We're going to go and just pop you right here. And we just saw someone right here.
Only a little longer.
Gonna hide. Are you in here? There you are.
Beyond impossible geometry. Like the crows. Impossible geometry.
All right, went nonverbal there for a moment. That is a very unfortunate downside for me when I play these games, is I get very focused. But for me, the win isn't everything. I'd like to make sure to have some fun. They just got into a locker. Them right there. Throw that right there. Use layering right there.
All things end. Buried
I don't like using this ability for this, but just so I can close out the distance. Pressure, pressure, pressure. We're playing all the pressure where we need to. Keep them off the generators. Don't have them escape. I think I saw them pick up an item. He messed up his timing. He should have done it right when I entered the room instead of waiting until I turned around.
Your time draws near.
There's some feelers out. See if there's anywhere. Not seeing anyone though. We can chase after this person again. I essentially had to force a body block there, which means I was not going to allow them to throw the pallet.
Decisions.
You messed up. He should have just stayed in the locker. I heard him, which is how I knew he was in there. Good shit. Very good, very good. Very good stuff. Hi, Panda. I know you're there. You're not getting fed for at least another hour, though. would show off my cat, but she does not like being held. All right, everyone. Please do consider donating where you can. Why does his arm look weird to me? Huh. Oh yeah, donate where you can, everyone. Every little bit really, really, really does matter. And I know, you're gonna have a very hard time right now. Silly kitty. Good to know that you're here, Martini. For the 38th time. Next game. All right, we have Steve Harrington from Stranger Things, Rain from the Alien series, and then Adam and Michaela, which are original characters. Also, the Steve's name is I Am Steve. They're channeling their inner Steve from Minecraft. You loves Stephen Strange things. That feels fitting for Jyggy. Shattered Square. Man, I was hoping that we'd get what I find to be my best map of all time, which is actually the Lich's version of this map, which is just, it has a tower in it. And lots of portals, and we love that. Oop, there's one. What build are we running? All right, we're running our anti-healing build. We're just gonna throw that way. Now, what I'm doing is very sloppy chases. All right, they're going to be on this generator again.
Your time draws near.
All right, so we had some very sloppy chases there. Not a very good way to close out matches. Barbella. While I am not Jiggy, thank you very much for the raid. I hope you had a fantastic time. Thank you for being here. Nope, they're too far. I don't care anymore. There's a film festival. I love film festivals. All right, what you gonna do? You gonna throw that? No? Where are you gonna go? Yep. Unfortunately, I lost the lock I was going for. I hear someone behind me. Probably the Michaela.
That belongs to me. Impossible geometry.
Wait. Why are you so fast? You shouldn't be that fast.
Dispel.
Hope. That'd do it. That's why we're there that fast. All right. They were playing very just standard builds. Very meta builds, so we're definitely going to lose that one, and that's fine. I should say definitely going to lose that one. It's a more difficult game, and I kept breaking off. I brought that upon myself. I definitely could have played a little bit more focused instead of breaking up my what I was doing. All right, let me take a look. See here. Boop and boop and that. Clicking a few buttons. All right, we have probably about 2 or 3 more games. So as we're still here, as we're closing out my portion, do consider donating where you can. Every little bit matters. I believe we're still in the 2x donation match. So if you donate $10, it's going to turn into 20. I've got several perks that you're able to donate into that will disrupt gameplay, checking the basement, burning spells. Maybe I have to play a Michael Myers game and get some good scares in on people. And I know, Panda. Life is so hard for you right now. All right, so we're going to be doing our I See You build again. Yoichi from the original ring, the Japanese ring. Michaela, Ace Visconti, who's currently trying to do a cosplay as the Mad Hatter, and then another Ace. Fun fact, Ace Visconti, in the lore of this game, is 86 years old. But because I think he was if I recall correctly, he was taken in like the 50s or 60s. So a lot of that time has been spent inside of this entity's realm. All right. Basement in main building. Raccoon City Police Department of Resident Evil fame. They tried to touch that one, so we know exactly where they are.
Beyond the fold.
They're upsetting my dog. This man's wasn't even in a chase and then was running for his life. And now he's a coward because he's disconnecting. He's trying to go next.
All thieves.
Okay, everyone just wants to go to the next game. That doesn't make for a good game. Man, I cannot wait for the Go Next patch here soon. A couple weeks, I think. Okay, good. All right. Next game. Those are not how games are supposed to go, but unfortunately, it's something we've been running into more and more that the developer of this game is having to address, and probably not addressing it in a great way, but they're addressing it. Chat, make sure you stretch and hydrate. Just players throwing away a game pretty much. Yes, it's not great. It does not make for a good game for anyone, whether it be uh, survivors or killers. It doesn't make a good game for anyone. If you don't want to play the game, close the game out. Go play something else. If you want to be toxic, go play Overwatch or Rivals or something. Or Call of Duty. We don't need that kind of attitude here. We just all want to have a good time with our horror game. Let's do... we'll take away their items again. We didn't even get to use that build, so we're going to use the same build. Survivors tend to run with a plan. When chasing, identify windows, pallets, and line of sight blockers to predict movements. Fun fact, most survivors don't actually have a plan, they're just running. And hope it all works out.
Buried beneath.
Are you gonna stay single layer or double? If they had gone up one more floor, I would. They probably would not have been down there. Why are you over here? I see. You're just trying to get protection hits.
Only a little longer. A suitable sacrifice.
Where are you?
Perhaps this will do.
keeping ears out, not hearing anything. I think I'm taking away a lot of their resources right now for
Sacrifice.
getting saves. Oh, she just picked up her. She's still oblivious right now.
I will make you suffer for that.
Again, oblivious means she cannot hear my terror radius, and that's just like the feeling. It's a something, an in-game thing they have that essentially tells you if the killer is nearby, which is typically measured by either music or a heartbeat.
Yeah. Decisions. Let us test the instinct.
I body blocked. Yep, we still do have the 2x match.
All things.
Do consider donating where you can. Every little bit really does help y'all. Also, I have completely lost track of their hook states. You've had it? Hell yeah, Twilight. We'll have maybe one more game with me, chat, before y'all swap over to, what is it, Mario Party Jamboree, if I saw that correctly. No, Mario Party Superstar, apologies. So make sure you drop, or at least for me, if you want to drop any last minute donations, please do consider, especially while we'll still have the 2x up. Wait, no, didn't I just... She just got off the hook. I don't want her yet. Okay, good. They got her up. Yeah, at least with me, make sure y'all look into getting any last-minute donations with me before we go over to Mario Party. As there is one donation one incentive that we can do with me that is actually a lot of fun. It's playing as Michael Myers, and we're just going to scare people. We have good fun with that. It's just running around and scaring people, but involves getting off of a lich, and I and I was going to try and stay on this character as much as I can. All right, which way are you going to go?
Life slips away.
All right. Right over there is the Yui. We're going to break off from this chase and move over here. Very well. She had what we call audacity. So we just let it happen. Please restart your game. What? It errored out. Very unfortunate. All right, everyone. Final game with me, I believe.
Strange.
Let me check my timings. Make sure I'm not wrong, as that would be incredibly awkward. Yes, looks like we're able to get. You know what? For our last game, one, maybe two. Michael Myers. The Shape. Please, I wanted to be nice. Yes. For this last game, let's hit 7,900. I really would appreciate it. We are still at the X2 multiplier. So if you donate $25, it turns into 50. And also, Fate wants me to be nice to her. right, so our last game we are doing with Michael Myers, also known as the Shape, from the Halloween series. Our particular build here is specifically just to get some scares in, make sure everyone has a fun time. Is not really a build that we win with. It can't. It absolutely can happen, but it's just more so that everyone has a fun time, and that they are reminded that this is in fact a horror game. Let's see. So you would love to see me be nice or nice to fate. My cat is currently pouting. Both? Well, you're only going to get one. Maybe. And only if that if someone donates to have us hit that. I'll even, you know what? I'll set it if I'll be nice to Fate for 3 days if someone does a $50 donation right now. That's a deal. It's donated $200. Pink Penguin. Thank you very much for the $250 donations. I like to keep things light and cheerful as a daycare teacher, but I can imagine how awful and devastating it would be if any of my work kids and family were in a situation of these St. Jude kids and families. Let us all make cancer. Eat dirt. Bet. And then an additional $200 from Fate, in which I have to now be nice for at least 1 week. 1 week easily, Fate. We'll see if we can do 2 weeks. That's why I had a little bit different. Yes, $450 for at least me at the finish line. I appreciate both of you very much. Let's keep kicking some butt for kicking some butt. These kids. All right. So they're over there. You're gonna push therapy back by a week. Ooh. Boo. I let you get away once. Gotcha. I knew she was there. I'm just ignoring her. I'm ignoring her like I ignore my problems. Where are you, Yui? You're around here somewhere. There we go. Oh, I hit next and they said something. All right, everyone. Or at least me, I believe that's where we are going to be finalizing my portion of the big broadcast for good. For St. Jude. Appreciate everyone who donated to the great cause. Fate, I will have to be nice to you for at least 1 week. We'll see if we can do a second one. So yeah. Next up, we do have. My brain stopped again. We do have Mario Party, so stick around for that. And until next time, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of the broadcast.